Story Clip Show, and today we are going to be having the interview that I promised you with the very own, our Kenyan finest hip hop head. You know, underground hip hop is what we do. We gotta do it right for her. She goes by the name of VERYL MKALI WAO, and she's going to be giving us a phenomenal interview. And trust me, you wanna be here the whole way because it's going to be lit. But for now, my name is Kathomi, and behind the scenes is our very own Dougie, the producer. So let's get into it. It's about that time for the Story Clip Show. Let's go.
One Love Kirasta, hapa tuko Janta, Wamunga MC versus Black Panther, Disaster ni MC Akimes na my mantra, answer ni kustrika, Tega ya Sumatra.
Hey!
MKALI WAO representing 1183, Nakuru City in the building, so what's up?
Hey, pew, 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 pew. That was so dope. Welcome to the show, VERYL. Welcome to the show. I mean, what a way to start the show. I feel like, first of all, karibu sana. And thank you for blessing us with those bars because honestly, we needed them. We needed to hear those bars, right? So let's get right into the interview. I think we start from the beginning. Old school, hard-hitting hip-hop, which we all love and we've all grown up with. So was that particularly an inspiration of yours? Is that like uko flani? Were they people that you looked up to and you decided to model your sound around them?
Yeah. I used to listen to Uko Flani when I was young. The time kina Kanibal, wenyeji. So I used to just, like guess words when I just flow with the beat and stuff. So I guess that's why I'm this hardcore.
Okay. We love the vibes. We love it. And another question that I've really wanted to ask about that particular age of music, because a lot of us have grown up with that, but then there's so many changes that have occurred in not just hip hop, but in how music is supposed to sound naturally in order for you to be what's the word? In order for you to be like impactful, for you to trend on like TikTok and all of these other social media apps, a lot of people have changed the sound of music, and we have that new age kind of catchy, snappy type of music that enables you to trend faster. People can make it into a dance and stuff like that. So is that something that you're planning on embarking on? Ama you're going to keep this hard-hitting, hardcore Uko Flani type vibe?
I have Club Bangers, which I'm supposed to release in a few months' time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not more of drugs, alcohol, sex. I'm just keeping it, the way Sean Paul used to do it back in the day. Like it's a dance song, like you dance. There's nothing about alcohol or drugs. Just people vibing and having fun. So that's what I'm planning to do. Because staki kutoa ngoma, alafu ikae 1 month on rotation, alafu watu waisahau. So it's weird. Mimi sifanyi ngoma in hits. Nafanya ngoma ikae for, yani iko timeless music.
Now speaking about timeless music, you've spoken about Nazizi not once but like twice in your album. The first song you talked about her was obviously Gimmicks, and also you spoke about her on the other song. You've mentioned her on Gimmicks and also Bado Kwa Shadow of Death. So kwa Gimmicks, you were talking about it like, I think the exact lyric, ulisema, na dominate M.C.s ever since Nazizi aende on a diet. Which kind of sounds like you're kind of dissing a girl, like you're over here just going, come here Nazizi. And then the second song was kind of you giving her accolades. So like I want to know what was going through your mind.
Okay, I did it like this high nikasema well Azizi yo nikasema tu alitake a break that time. Nilikuwa naona that time akitake a break alikuwa na deal na the fat issues, the gym, the whatever, so akaenda kama ameenda kabisa. So nikasema nilianza kudamage M.C.s ever since Azizi end on diet.
Okay.
Hakuwaitoa anything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. She actually hasn't released anything. But later on, when you ulimongelelea on on the other song, you were pretty much on Shadow of Death. You were pretty much giving her a bit of a big up. Like, you know, she's been running this game. She's one of the MCs who you kind of look up to. So is that really fact, or have you changed your perspective on the kind of MCing that you want to do and the kind of MCs that you look up to?
If you look back in the day, the only rapper we used to know is Nazizi. Nazizi ndo alianzisha akapevue kwa madem, so lazima tumpatie credit because agecha legacy back in the day. Yeah, so legacy ni yake. She's still the queen. She'll forever be the queen.
Some of your songs have been on YouTube from like 2018. Mkali Wao was a video which, and yeah, by the way, it just looks like it was made in 2018. Hey, the hair on the side, that Rihanna cut, you know, you were doing it, and we were all just like, all right, cool. And then the digagas, to look at Nazita digagas, Indio, you all the cool kids had these nice cool shades, and it was like completely looked like it was made in 2018. However, I have not seen, there's a very huge transition in how your videos were done then and how you're doing your videos now, because there are not that many videos of you on YouTube for your songs. Obviously, you're still working on that, my assumption. You are still working on the videos, right? I'm hoping so, because wait.
The media is refusing to play them, so I really have to like give the quality video. So I'm working on them.
All right, we can't wait to see the rest of the videos, but we've seen some of the videos are out and we still appreciate them. But the question is there something that you're doing now about your videos to make it more, I understand hard-hitting hip-hop icona a very particular way that the video should look, right? And then there's the new trends and there's videos with different visuals. Is there something particular you're going to be looking at when you're talking about when you're doing these particular new videos for the album?
What I noticed is I have to pick a video director who specializes mainly in hip hop, because not every video director can actually shoot hip hop. So utapata mtu amesimamisha kamera tu hapo inakanikana na shoot nini hizo vipindi za TV. So like imekuwa challenge, imekuwa hustle, but it's a story that ndakuwa naambia watu. Wasa kiona nafanya video ya pesa, at least they'll see where I've come from. Like work.
Okay. Now, kwa Songeni Kando, I didn't quite understand whether you were saying Rada Bado ni Jav ama Rada Bado ni Jam. And I think we can listen to the actual song because obviously it's a really nice song and you've obviously sent us all the music. So why not? Let me play that song just now.
Ni rap ni game ya tutodea shame. Fame ndo kulona chase like everywhere. Beware, pure evil ndo wana share. Take care, kesho ni ragged ama ni wantea. Yeah, na turn more heads. Shinda kazi masusa, every time I confuse. Nacha audience amused. Mediocrity na foul refuse. Iwok wacha kusnooze, baby try. Do the wrong option, only choose why. You can't have this, you can't touch this. Hato kama vocabulary, you're not worthy. Hato kishes, you're all night, you can't.
Hey, I'm just so now the chorus. That part. Unasema rada bado ni nini?
Chafu.
Oh, rada bado ni chafu. My goodness, in my mind it was rada bado ni jab. So I'm like, rada bado ni jab? What's this?
Ni venye asemi hiyo you so wana try to make it kwa music way, so anasema rada bado ni chafu.
Okay, now I get it. Now speaking about rada chafu and all of that, you still got into another very interesting tangent when you did No Gimmicks, right? First of all, that song, the beats are sick. Like No Gimmicks iko na some sick beats. immediately you get into the song, you just, it's like you're just bopping your head, which is what a lot of old OG MCs, they always make you feel that. Like, you play a song and the first thing you're doing is bopping your head. That's how you know it's a banger. And it really, truly is a banger. But you use some very heavy, politically incorrect lyrics on that song. Ukasema politically incorrect, kama kuuza shati ya Hitler Israel. And I'm just like, what's going to happen when the Israelites come at you? What's going to happen when all these Germans come at you? Why did you decide to go so heavy with that particular line, considering you already know the political climate na venye tu vitu ziko between the Germans and the Jews? Why that particular line?
It's hip hop. Generally, this is hip hop. Hip hop, najua back in the day, niko about this, like, hizo lines mbaya na this ndo ilikuwa ina make hip hop. So tunarudi back in the day, narudisha back in the day kwenye una speed facts. Sio just hizo sawa na danganya sasa. Ferrari uko sio happy, so like una speed two facts zenye zitauma mtu basi kweli.
I like it. And then we went into True Love. And up until now, I was speaking to my producer, and we all had the same reaction to this particular song. Because ikianzia, I'm like, all right, who is this man that she's talking about? Like, it was so descriptive. Ilikuwa inasonika you were speaking about a particular person. It's like we can even envision this man as you're describing him. And then we go, hang on, what? She was talking about hip-hop? I mean, that is such an actual depiction of your love story with hip-hop that ili tufanya tuka provoked. What prompted that?
Wanasemanga like rap is all about poetry. Na poetry kuna maana ya nje na maana ya ndani. So tulijua people's mind venye itakuwa, so tukasema mimi napenda hip hop, so like tutadescribe the hip hop. Nikaongea na producer like msiada ni tunaongelea challenge, because wase wanakuanga kuna hiyo mentality ya ukirap lazima unaongea challenge yako. So the producer was like, hide your meaning, so you just talk about the man, describe the man when you anakaa and all that, when unapenda swag yake nini, and then uko mwisho alizia na hip hop.
Nice. I love it. It was such a dope drum.
Yeah, it's just poetry. You just play with the words, you play with the fans' mentality and the way they do things. Yeah.
Okay. And then there was Boogeyman, which was so cool. First of all, that man, Mkalimani, he is such a lyrical slayer. The moment you get immersed in that song, you sound like you want to say something about Mkalimani.
Mkalimani is a dope rapper. I wish you should listen to his album. It's dope. Like me, I'm wondering like why our Sunny Bona hawasiki mainstream. Because he's versatile. He can do any style. Nashinda. Wasanii mainstream like hakuna kitu wanadu, like mainstream yuko wana jokes mob sana. We should interview that guy.
We will. Mkalimani is coming on here. But yeah, you spoke about this song, and then kwa All White Party tunakuja na Wasudi, and again I just died. I'm like, what? Auntie? Why?
I remember that line. We all laughed in the studio. He was like, you have to leave lines in your music. Ile yenye watu wanakumbukanga like ukisikiza hiyo song kuna hizo one-liner.
Yeah.
One-liner. So that's my producer level next.
Okay.
By hiyo part ya mwisho.
It was so dope. I loved it. And then obviously you took us to the segment where you spoke about your whole biography as a rapper on the song Autobiography, and we got to learn so much about you, including the fact that it was your younger brother who made you like hip-hop, Sean. Yeah, and how he took you to studio, and how your transition now from, you were living in Nakuru, ukatoka Nakuru, ukakuja, shule, ukakuja Nairobi kuhustle kidogo, and then your mom is like, all right, you can hustle, but let's go back to school. So just tell us that journey in your words right now, as someone is listening to that song autobiography. What are they supposed to understand about your journey?
Nilianza music Nakuru Plus Theatre. Hiyo ilikuwa around 2014. Ndo bro akanipeleka. After bro amenipeleka studio actually. Nafahamu studio ngoma zangu za kwanza, akambia mtacheka. So hizo ndo song nilirecord kwa hiyo studio back then. Sasa nilienda studio siku ya kwanza nikaimba ngoma ya VERYL ile I thought I was a singer, so I thought I could sing. So I was like you should listen to it back in the day. You'll see the growth. So
we'll find them.
After that, when I was like, let me go to Nairobi. At least nione huko kuna nini. So Nairobi ni ngumu. So nikapata job ya Dettol, tukafanya promo kwa masupa nini. Ndo madhe akaniita sasa nende nisome, nifanye hospitality. So nilikuwa nawashwa tu, nikaanza kupata forms, nikaanza kulika na wasee, nikafanya mseto campus kwa ikanipea mseto cypher ikanipea Shua Ruby and Cut the Cypher. From Cut the Cypher ndo nikaanza kufanya cyphers in Nairobi, battle raps. You should listen to my battle rap too.
I will.
Nikarecord ngoma ya Mkali Wao hiyo time, nikanipatia platform charge. So imekuwa nikitoka hapa na India. So nimekuwa nikiconnect. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, so you did hospitality?
Nili specialize hospitality and management. So many specialize na jikoni.
Okay. I also did hospitality management, but on a degree level. So that's what I went to school for. So it's a very nice thing to see what hospitality tunasonga mbele. And then fast forward to now getting to New Kids on the Block, and I feel like that's my favorite song on this album because it was such a fusion of so many different sounds, Iko wewe, and then there's that girl who was rapping on it and she was so dope. Tell me why you decided to do this. It took me back to Camp Mula because it was just pretty much that. Camp Mula used to be so many different sounds, but then they come up with something so beautiful. So what nini inspired that particular song?
New Kids in the Block, rap now for crew yangu like 1183.
1183. Okay.
So tulikam together kufanya something na ilikuwa magical, ilikuwa amazing. Yeah. So
it was
very soon.
Okay, it was a very, very dope jam. And of course, now we transitioned to the last songs, Triggers, which was such a heavy song. And when you spoke about how is this a true story for you? Was it like an actual friend of yours who went through this, or it was a story that you'd had?
It's my friend, beshte yangu alikuwa anapitia hiyo stuff too. Kabonga na producer wangu alikuwa anaitwa Suicidal Thoughts. She's an actress na mamake hapo anataka art, so alikuwa anataka like a real job. So alikuwa na feel like everybody was against her. Akitry kufanya kitu I go through. So she was like every time I try to commit suicide, na msemi alikuwa anakuja kumrescue. So Ponga na producer wangu akaniambia, "There's a song maybe I try to explain. Maybe anaweza learn something from that song." So found the music. Sasa akapoa alikuwa alienda rehab.
That's good. That's a good thing, as in to see that you were so ready to help your friends in any way possible, even if it means putting your music, putting yourself in a tricky situation of explaining a very personal story to yourself. But it was such a good story. I feel like everyone should listen to this song. The story itself made me, it was almost like, in my mind, I could see step by step how the whole experience happened, and that was such a really good thing for you to let out. It's such a good thing considering there's so many issues happening in society right now, mental health issues imekuwa such a huge problem. Suicidal ideation has also become such a huge problem. A lot of people are not just committing suicide, but are thinking about it constantly. So when you see a young person speaking about this particular kind of message in such a heavy message and making it relatable to everyone, so no one feels nikako peke yake, I feel like it is such an amazing song. You should perform it a lot more, just so people don't feel so alone. Good job, baby. That was a really good job. And then Enough is Enough, and then Blame Game, when he spoke about a breakup. Now that sounded real messy. I was like, what's going on here? Who did what where, and who's gonna catch hands? What happened to that particular song?
That song, half of the verse is my story. Having a kid, alafu jamaa anaanza kutesa and all that.
Pole.
Then the rest of the story ni ya bibi ya brother yangu, so walikuwa na hizo ups and downs. Let me put my story acha ni join ya bro, like anything in your mwana kwa hiyo something may happen around me. So I'm just joining them together alafu itakuwa song. Yeah.
But like again, it was such a heavy concept, because you're talking about gender-based violence. You're talking about people who are struggling to stay in a relationship which they probably shouldn't be in, and that inability to leave a very toxic situation. So it feels like you've gone through so much, and you're so. How old are you, Veryl? I mean, you're so young and you've gone through so many things as an individual, and it feels like, I don't know, I feel like right now if we started to do a poetry slam, you ungekuwa na story. Unajua these spoken word situations normally people go, you'd have stories for days, and we would be here to listen to every single one of them. And then obviously finally you spoke about Precious Love, which was also a very interesting song for me, because you went very heavy on religion, and spirituality, so to speak. I'm assuming Christianity, but in general it was spirituality. Why this song? Why did you feel the need to get into a very, again, conflicting space and speak about it?
Precious Love nilitoa juu ya mtoi. Nilisema akisikiza hiyo song ataelewa more what nini ili transfer between me and the dad. Sasa kumwambia na mdomo maybe hata understand, atajua tu mimi nataka kuona babangu and all that. So nikasema let me do a song yenye hata akiwa mkubwa akisikiza ataelewa tu, like yeah, that's what happened. Okay. Niongelea story mujao.
Pole. Rough relationships, but you're now in are you in a relationship now?
Ni sahi ni muziki, mimi na muziki na mtoto.
Okay, I love it. And then finally, obviously, the banger which our producer has made me listen to 1,000,001 times, Shadow of Death. That was such a song. I mean, there's just something about it that's just like a bump. You're just feeling the jams, and everything about it is dope. So what again inspired Shadow of Death?
Shadow of Death ni challenges yenye sisi madem tunapitia kwa industry. We realize like hakuna mtu mwenye anaongelea hizo hardships. Like kila mtu anaongelea like the good parts. So nilisema acha niende behind the scene. This is what happens. Hivi ndio vile tunaambiwa tuvae, hivi ndio vile tunaambiwa tuimbe. So this is kuambiwa, so nafanyanga tu vitu venye mimi najua. Acha ni explain ya watu venye ina happen kwa industry. Ndio unajua ma producer hawatacheza because ma presenter they won't play nimewaattack someone. So nikasema pia ni sawa, sasa social media ni kubwa, si lazima ichezwe kwa radio.
A lot of people try and shy away from these stories because obviously, first, it's triggering, 2, it's uncomfortable, 3, it's a he said, she said scenario wherein you don't have proof sometimes. So I felt like it was a very bold move on your part, considering this is, your first album, and yet you were so okay with like speaking about such a heavy topic that is plaguing our industry. And hopefully a few people will come out and are able to speak about such rough stories. Now, I feel like tumeongea kila kitu, tume-analyze, tume-dissect. So I asked you at the very beginning whether you feel the need to change your vibe. We spoke about the fact that people are trending based on a very particular, danceable, Nemoic type vibe. So are you you've said you're releasing a few club bangers in a bit. However, do you feel like that is almost betraying yourself because you have to adjust and become a little mainstream to make the coin, but you still want to remain authentic to yourself? How are you going to find that balance?
Identity yangu kwa club bangers haijachange even one bit. Ni very tu ule mwenye najua the rapper, the hardcore, the gangster ndo nimeiweka tu hapo kwa club bangers. So the only difference ni tu unatingisha kichwa zaidi na kudance kidogo.
Alright. And then you spoke about, from Enough is Enough, I just remembered, you spoke about how weak, as in when your rhymes are weak and stuff. And my question was like, how do you know, or how do you come up with this very heavy bars?
Inataka time, inataka growth. That's why nakwambia endo sikiza ngoma zangu za kwanza. You tell the difference, like utafeel tu hapa udema alikuwa na kiasi ya kwa serious. So you can be able to tell the difference. Kuna wase wenye wana rhyming like the high school bars ile Amisa na Tisa, like basic, in the high school. Na kuna zile zenye unajua msee like amegrow, amemature, like amekaa kwa game for long.
Okay.
So you can tell the difference.
All right. Now, final question. In this album, the whole album, which song do you feel like can become a bit of like a TikTok anthem?
New Kids in the Block.
New Kids on the Block.
Yeah, New Kids in the Block, and hiyo ni ulipomeisema sahi. For like party tunakula kuna
Wasudi. Boogie, yes.
Boogie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I feel like we are going to go into another part of the show where we will do a little bit of a game because, of course, we have to do something fun. That's just what the people want. So we're going to ask VERYL to tell us something about herself that we have never had, we should probably never hear unless it is exclusively being said here on this show, of course. So let's get into it. VERYL, tell us something that we will never ever think is even something about you that at Jayambiwa or Jayambiam to tell us something very new about yourself.
Something people don't know about me.
Yep.
Spending laundry.
What?
Much less now, the people who are going to marry me that they don't know washing machine.
Oh my god. I love it. You have those nails because I've been seeing your nails as you're clanking. There's no way you're going to do your laundry with those nails. We love it. And I feel like finally tell us your favorite song on this particular album, and then you can do like the chorus. You can do like a small part of it.
So mimi napenda ngoma zote.
Of course, but kuna ile moja.
Boogie, definitely.
Boogie.
Boogie in a groove, in a space mingi.
Okay, so give us like a stanza from Boogie.
Top of the class, nipate bash, nimechill na glass, kando kuna majina, of course wako na stash, hapa hakuna pienga, ni kuban cash, maboy wako fresh, na mademo wako smart, let's boogie, style moja safi zenye chafu zina udi, party animals kuwa manage na budi, kisha party kesho kwenye leo tumerudi, let's boogie, uptown tulishawachanganya na lugha, parapaneli yako bado, ongeza chifika na lugha, hii bashike 3, chunga nani na kuza, let's boogie, na mahedi spender, let's boogie, let's boogie vile wao mzipenda, jana kichanganya akicheza na Crusader.
That was so dope. We have loved having you on the show. Thank you so much for being here with us, and we hope that we will see a lot more from you. We are super psyched. The penetration has to come through. E album lazima ijulikane. People must know who VERYL MKALI WAO is.
Yeah, and Spotify free marketing.
There we go. Thank you.
So before nimedrop ngoma fulani imekuwa, let me say, iko produced Tanzania.
Okay.
Na demo Tanzania ameka hook inaitwa This Game, so nimeongelea kuhusu this game.
Alright.
So it's a visualizer, it's a boom bap. So unajua tu TZ, ukisikia TZ like it's the hip hop. So
yeah,
waende wasikize.
Alright. Hautatupatia hata kalaini kamoja jamani?
Lens nadhani kile na duko hii mic ni hobby na repeat it cause inatoka from mind soul na body. Approach the game na aggression ya Jordan, mentality ya Kobe. Matozi kwa mic nadhani wanaweza ni body tough talk but on a dark clip now kwa lobby. Mombi zao zipiki man, I'm not sorry. Hata demise yangu tu ataki ya can be slowly, see story cause hata kwa show anaweza ferry haters na lori. Ningori but si worry cause to jab be the glory.
Hey.
Mapala wamekuwa kilikulisha mori. Act like you know now, act like you know me.
Oh!
Well, nobody can rob me.
Whoa, that was so dope. Make sure you listen to this song. It's called Game. It's a small ametuambia ni teaser with her friend, all the way produced by the Tanzanians. So we're definitely gonna link it on the end of the video. Make sure you check it out. But for now, it's been amazing having you, VERYL. Ambia my fans kwaheri.
Kwaherini ni VERYL from VERYL MKALI WAO from Nakuru, representing 1183 kama kawaida. So
hey.